Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about the binary number system. Okay, so I have some few simple rules that help us understand binary, because if we can understand our base 10 number system, we can understand any of these number systems. Okay, so the first rule is that all digits start with 0. Rule 2, and that's going to make more sense here in a moment, based on the base of the number system, that tells us how many digits are in the number system. Okay, so base 10, that's the decimal number system, has 10 digits. Well, our first digit starts with 0. Okay, so then we just count 9 more digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that gives us our 10 digits. Binary, base 2, has 2 digits starting at 0. Well, it has only one more digit, 1. Okay, hex, we'll see in another video, also starts with 0. And actually that goes all the way to 9 and then includes A, B, C, D, E, and F for its 16 digits. Okay, the first column always is the column of ones. So in decimal, we have the first rightmost column is the column of ones. And then each column to the left of that column is whatever the base is. So base 10, that would be 10 times the previous column, or 10. Then 10 times that column would be 100, etc. In base 2, binary, also the first column is the column of ones. But because we're dealing in base 2, the next column is 2 times 1, or 2. The next column is 2 times this column, or 4. The next column is 2 times 4, 8, etc. Okay, we won't worry about base 16 here. All right, so using our number system rules, let's take a look at doing some conversion from binary to decimal. Okay, so here's our columns starting at ones all the way to 128ths. Okay, now in each one of these columns, we can only put one of these two digits, a 0 or a 1. There's either 0 of that number or there's 1 of that number. Let's take a look. So let's take a look at this number here. Okay, we have 0 ones, but we have 1, 2. So what would that give us? We just add up the column. It gives us 2. Okay, well, let's take a look at this next one. Okay, we have, and I'm going to start at the rightmost digit here. We have 1, 8, so I'll put an 8 here. 1, 8, 0, 4, so I'm not going to add that up. I have 1, 2, so I'll add a 2. And I have 0 ones, so I don't need to add that up. And that gives us, in decimal, 10. Let's take a look at, let's do a few others here. All right, let me put some, let's do this one. Let's see, how about if I put 1, 1, 0, 0? What would that be in decimal? Again, just count where you have the ones. You don't have to worry about the zeros. We have an 8 and we have a 4. That gives me 12. Okay, what if I did 1, 1, 0, 1? Okay, I have the 8 again and the 4, but I also have a 1. That would give me 13. Okay, by the way, I can put preceding zeros here and that doesn't change the value. All right, what if I did this here? 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Got to put all those zeros here at the end. Okay, well, that would give me 132 plus 1, 8. So my math is correct. 32 plus 8 is 40. All right, let's just do a couple more here. Just make sure we've got this down. Okay, it's really quite simple, right? We just add the columns. Okay, what's this one here? We have a 128 plus 32 plus a 1. Okay, And that gives me 161 if I did my math correct. All right. All right, fairly straightforward, right? Let's do a 0, a 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, I have 164, and I have 1, 2. That gives me 66. Okay, so converting from binary to decimal, just count up the columns. Wherever you have a 1, you count that column. All right, very simple. Not too hard, is it? All right. So what about going from decimal to binary? All right. It's really not that hard. Okay, sometimes we can even eyeball it. It's basically, what do we put in each of these columns? Okay, am I going to put a 0 or a 1? I can put preceding zeros, like for 7, there's no 128s, there's no 64s, there's no 32s, there's no 16s. There's no 8s. Oh, there's going to be a 4. Now, if I have a 4, okay, is that good enough? Well, let's see. I've started with 7, and then I just used a 4, so I have 3 left. Now I got to find a 3. Okay, well, there's a 2. So I just used up a 2, so I subtract 2. Sorry, it's got a little close there. And that leaves me 1 left and a 1 here. Does that equal 7? Well, how can I check? Wherever I have a 1, just add up those columns. 4 plus 2 plus 1 equals 7. Okay. All right, let me clear the screen here, and let's put those numbers back in. 1, 1, 1. I don't need to have the zeros. How about 8? 8, we can just kind of eyeball. Oh, yeah, I have an 8 there. Is that good enough? No, I got to put these zeros here, okay, so it doesn't get confused with a 1. We need the rightmost zeros. Can I do leftmost zeros if I want? I can. I can put 1 there or as many as I want to the left. Okay. How about 15? Well, if I look at 15, let's see. How do I do 15? Let me go over here. 15. All right. And no, it's not going to use any of 128, a 64, 32, 16. It just won't fit. I only have a choice, 0 or 1. Will 8 fit into 15? Yes, it will. So I have to subtract that from my 15 because I've taken care of it with 1, 8, and I have 7 left over. And I think you know where we're going from there. Okay, look at the next column. Will 4 fit into 7? That's what I have left now. Yes, it will. So let me subtract that and see what I have left. Okay, I've got 3 left over. Will 2 fit into 3? Yes, it will. Subtract that. And then I have 1 left over. Will 1 fit into 1? Oh, yeah. And what we should end up is with a 0 at the end, and that's perfect. Because again, these 4 here, 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 do equal 15. Let's take a look at another one. Matter of fact, I'll leave this up here. We'll do 16 because that's one's fairly easy. 116 and then all zeros. Okay. About 172. Oh my God, that one looks like a tough one, but it really isn't. Okay, let's just start with 172. I'm going to put it right here. Will 128 fit into 172? It does. So let's subtract 128. Okay, and what do I have left over? Okay, there's a 4 here, 6 there, 44 left over. Okay, 64 fit in? Nope. 32 fit into 44? Yes, it will. So let's subtract that, and I have 12 left over. Will 16 fit into 12? No. Will 8 fit into 12? Yes, it will. So subtract that. I have 4 left over. Will 4 fit into 4? Yes, it will. So I subtract that, and I have 0. Once I see a 0 here, I can just put zeros the rest of the way. Okay, and that's how we convert 172 to decimal. I'm sorry, to binary. All right, let's do the last one there, which is 192. So let's put that up here. So 192, will 128 fit in that? Yes, it will. Okay, and what do I have left over? Okay, it looks like I have 64 left over. Will 64 fit into 64? Oh, yes, it will. So sometimes we take care of these things real quick. I got 0. The rest of these will be all zeros. Don't forget those rightmost zeros. All right. Okay, so hope this helps you understand the binary number system, how to convert from decimal to binary and binary to decimal. Not too difficult, I hope. Okay, just practice, get used to it. It's really simple. Thanks.